Welcome to ASCENT. Today we have a message from the Divine Masculine concerning something you told them. I come from a time and a place where the phrase "you told me" could be used against people. That's what I learned back when I was in, the fast-paced corporate environment, okay? I get this sense of "you told me" in a way that has a little bit more awe and excitement than it does blame and finger pointing. Okay. This is someone coming to you and saying, I remember that dream you had. I remember that moment. Do you remember? What does this mean? What's going on? What's happening? So we have something very interesting brewing. I'm going to bless and shuffle these decks. We're going to have a couple of runes, just get some clarity on this. But we're just going to find out kind of what's been happening in their life. And depending on how the cards come out, we'll see what it is that they're trying to tell us or ask us or what they need us to do. The question of the day for you is, what is the nicest or most genuine thing your Divine Masculine has ever said to you? All right. Interesting. Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. 10-10. Three of Wands. Things look very good. Interesting because we've got this procrastination, avoiding but not realizing it's all going to work out, all going to turn out. That might help you figure out what this message is about. Is what have they been avoiding? Wow, Six of Cups. What have they been avoiding? Six of Cups. Okay. We're dealing with some karmic energy here. Wow. Okay. This has been happening. This used to happen maybe once every few months. This has happened 3 or 4 times in the past 2, 3 weeks alone. 10 of Pentacles. What in the world? It's 11. Ace of Wands in the back. There is something exciting, and it's related to something you told them about what they were capable of. Now I'm pretty curious. What did you tell them? One of the things I told Mr. Lightwork early in our dynamic was that, wow, I just realized it was 11 and it just turned to 11 minutes into this reading. If you watch this later and it's cut, you're going to be like, what are you talking about? But this is actually 11 minutes into this live stream. Okay. And then when I said that, it was at 11:22. So anyways, I told Mr. Lightwork, hey, you are going to be a very well-known, famous speaker one day. And at that time, I barely knew him, but it was just, I could just see it. I could just see it in him, you guys. I couldn't explain why either. I just knew. And now I see Mr. Lightwork, as he continues to put things together, start to see where he could end up being a famous speaker very naturally, just as a part of who he is. All right, so what else do we have here? Wow. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a big change. This is a big completion that is happening. Something that needed to happen for the Divine Masculine to be able to really see what was required, what is coming. Five of Swords. Oh, and what motivations? What is the real reason you're doing this stuff? Self-fulfilling prophecy with that Nine of Swords. Look at these swords energies. Look at the conflict. The Divine Masculine could not achieve anything they set their mind to because their intentions were not pure. And so everything kind of just failed. And then you see the Divine Masculine struggled to see the light because, frankly, they closed their eyes to it. They covered their face to it. And unfortunately, some of them covered their face to avoid, okay? Some of them covered their face just in shame, which caused them to miss something, which was the plan of the darkness all along, right? Get them so caught up in their pain that they miss the important stuff. But now the Divine Masculine has a bunch of things that they missed all coming up to be revealed at one moment. That's, I think, bit. I don't know if that's better. All right, so what do we need to know? Wow. And you hear me talking about the freaking uh now my brain stopped working. I can't talk because I have two things in my head. You hear me talking about the Seven of Cups, and you got that 1 + 6 is 7. You got this moment of shock, like, whoa. But then you also hear me talking about karma, and now we have this 1 1 6. Something is happening inside your divine masculine, but it's not what it's been. What it's been has been stuff that I could say to you, your DM is changing, but you might not know it. And I know that was frustrating. This is something that's happening inside them that will show up on the outside. So I don't know why, but puberty it's like, what is it, spiritual puberty? That's not what but that's not really what I saw. What I saw is, you look at a child, and when they're young, you can see them growing right in front of you. But there's so much more that's even happening to them in that time that you don't even know is happening. But the way you know it's happening is because you watch them growing. But then there's a point usually around that puberty time where people kind of, they grow and then they fast and then they stop growing. But now there is this visual cue of their changes, whether it's um you get big boobs or a booty, because you start to get the hips and the womanly features, or maybe you start to grow facial hair or even just hair anywhere, as a part of it's like there's something that happens, even though the things I was used to seeing, the things I would expect to see to demonstrate growth, are no longer happening. You're not getting bigger, you're not changing from a youth to an older person. And yet, in this time frame of where you can look at someone between the age of like 15 and 25, a 15-year-old when you see one most of the time. There's something about it. And yet you look at them and you can also say that is a tiny adult. Like, that's all that person is. Your divine masculine is in that phase where they could get away with looking older or younger. They could get away with you not really being sure if you're supposed to slip them $11 in their birthday card or buy them a beer. Like, there's this vibe about them where you really haven't been able to see, but you could sense it. And people who were closest to them may have missed it. Okay? It's going to take the people who are farther away and haven't seen them every single day. They're going to say, oh my gosh. And that's where you come in. That's why your separation had to happen. Because what you don't realize is your divine masculine is surrounded by people who are just kind of looking at them and not really understanding what they're going through, not understanding the changes that are taking place, not understanding that your divine masculine is even changing at all, because they kind of reached a point where you couldn't really see it unless you looked for it. And you, having been away for so long and also caring so much about them, will actually see the things that are different about them, which is something that is desperately needed for a person who is changing. Your friends, your family members can be some of the most, I don't know, they can be very helpful, sure, if you have a supportive family, but the things they say can be very detrimental to who you are if you're trying to change, because to them, you're just little so and so. Like, even freaking Jesus, if again, if Jesus was real, can you imagine? That's just little Jesus of Nazareth. Oh, that's Joseph's son. What are you talking about? Like what? It's like, can you imagine meeting some of these amazing beings and guides and gurus, and knowing that they have a cousin who looks down on them and says, "Nah, you still owe me $5 from back when we was kids," right? Like, there is something about separation that is actually going to provide you with an in that a lot of the people in your divine masculine's life cannot provide, which is, you're going to notice every little difference in them as it gets revealed, as they move and walk and speak, and you're going to notice every vocal change. You're going to notice that they stop saying certain things and using certain words and phrases, and you're going to appreciate that. But you're also going to, because you love them, and here's where it's important, because some of your divine masculines have actually sought a different scenery but basically just gone from one similar group or setting to another similar group or setting. And I think the difference for you is you're going to appreciate their change, but you're still going to see them for who they are. And you're going to be able to tie it all together. Everyone else is going to be so effing worried about the person changing or so oblivious to the changes at all that they're just going to make your divine masculine feel like crap most of the time. You're going to be the one person who doesn't make them feel confused just by existing. So, really big changes are happening, and it's an internal shift in your divine masculine that is going to be, again, over the heads of some, really many in their life. And also it's changes about them that, think about that time frame, right? Even thinking about like the way people treat college age people. And it's kind of like, oh, universities are just liberal factories, right? Because they go in with all their wild views, and all the young people are like, yeah, let's be rebellious and wild. We're in college now. And it's like people look at teenagers in every single generation and college students in every single generation kind of like they don't really know what they're doing. They're just big babies. They're not the brightest. But those are the most formidable years of people's lives, is high school, college age, or like right when you first start working after high school. Those are the years where your personality and everything you become in your future really gets laid and set in stone. And yet those are the years where you are the most misunderstood, mistreated, and usually by the older generation or people who just know you and like who you think you are. You are going to be dealing with your divine masculine spiritual puberty angstiness, right? The teenager spirituality in a way that no one else can. You're going to be like the cool aunt, the cool uncle. Again, that's not your whole vibe, but that's the point. That's the connection. They're not a teenager. They're a normal grown person. And you're not an auntie or uncle. Maybe you are. But in this situation, that's not really what this is. But when we're talking about the dynamic that you can offer this person, that's what you're going to provide. This higher level wisdom, someone who's been there. You've experienced this. You've had those spiritual puberty moments yourself. But again, being the divine feminine, they were a little bit different. You probably had more, like, dang, this is crazy how it's like, I feel so weird to say spiritual puberty and think about like the divine masculine's voice cracking and stuff. But then to think about how puberty is treated differently, at least in America, and how like even sex education and stuff like that in America is approached very different for girls and boys. So it's just interesting to think about all of that and think about how even though we probably want to get away from the roles and all that when it comes to male and female, there's still something really special about this coming across as older, younger, the wise one and the apprentice, and yet this vibe of trust. This vibe there, it doesn't have to be so intimidating because your divine masculine's ego will have been beaten down and then bounced back. And so even though they're still going to have this Three of Pentacles vibe to them, this kind of rookie energy, there is also this pride that they're going to have that comes along with that puberty, right? That it's just the way your hormones are hitting at the time, you just believe in yourself. So it's this very strange, sensitive, fragile space that your divine masculine is about to be in. And the best way that you can approach it is to look at them and think, if I wasn't the cool aunt who had my teenage nephew, niece, or whatever visiting for the weekend, how would I respond to this behavior? You know what I mean? I'm not his mom. I'm not her dad, whatever. That's not what I am. I am the one person who hasn't forgotten what it was like to be in this place. This is really, really huge. And this is asking you as a divine feminine, again, to put aside everything. Because everybody knows that cool aunt has been through some shit. Once you get old enough to really know why that cool aunt is the aunt that's kind of off to the side, usually a little estranged from the family. You know what I mean? Everybody knows who I'm talking about here. Okay. Usually you find out later that that person is a cycle breaker and all these things, but they don't tell you that. They don't force you to feel bad for them and all that. They're just there for you because they want to be the thing that no one else was for them. I hope that that introduces this energy very clearly to you, because again, I know people can get crazy on the internet and, oh, I don't want to be his auntie. Get over yourself. You're being ridiculous. You hear what I'm saying right now. Okay. If you don't know what an allegory is, go away. Because I'm a Christian and all I know is parables. So you have to back off. This is important. They need your support. They need your love. Why? Why is this happening now? And why are we getting this message where it's kind of like when you get older, again, separate from what I just talked about, but it's like when you get older and you really don't want to say it, but you got to go tell your parents or somebody older than you, like, wow, you were right. I hate to say it, but you were right. It's kind of like that feeling. What is going on? Things are moving quickly. This is a quickening. This is the card, 8 of Wands, of things moving quickly, but this is a quickening. 8 plus 8 is 16. Things are moving really, really, really fast. Okay? Things are happening, I think, to say the time of waiting is up, Divine Masculine. You figured it out. You know what you're supposed to do. Go forth and conquer. Stop being so afraid. Ooh, child. What's up in the 3D? 6 of Cups in reverse, pouring out all they thought they knew. Oh, wow. And the tainted memories and the bitter, and then, these are both in reverse. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Feeling like it's no longer time to sit. So this is how this is translating, okay? We see this 1 plus 6 is 7. This is how this is translating in their life. They are feeling a sense of urgency, and the way that it shows up is going from, okay, the initiation of a new understanding of love is turning into faith for them. Faith that they can do it even though for so long it felt like it wasn't time. Okay. Wow. And another 7. Now we see 7 of Swords in reverse. Look at this. This is amazing. The rebalancing that is occurring is them being willing to focus on making better decisions for the future because they believe that they'll actually be supported, and them making choices for the future, but not necessarily relying upon everything working out the way they thought it would. Okay? So I'm going to do these things, but I'm going to be flexible. I understand now that where I've been isn't where I was supposed to be, but I also, because again, the Divine Masculine's been having some downloads lately, I also understand that where I've been was where I needed to be at that moment. That's it. That's deep. That's deep. And that's a 3D message. King of Pentacles. What I say. And don't even try to play with Fiery Grace, because Fiery Grace ain't playing with y'all. Okay, Grace. Okay, Grace. Relax. Wow. 3 of Swords. I am dealing with the things that I have let sit over my head, the things that I have let block my vision and my view, the things that have allowed me to lie to myself. I'm letting it go. I'm healing. I'm changing. Wow. Okay, now. 10 of Pentacles came up twice in this, just in the energy, and 7 of Pentacles came up twice just now. And this is in this reversal. This says, please, you see the 10? 10 of Swords to 10 of Pentacles. I showed you, we saw, what was it? 7 of Cups and 3 of Wands over here. We keep seeing this energy showing up because this is what the Divine Masculine is dealing with. Divine intervention. Do you understand that? Divine intervention. The Divine Masculine cannot stop what's flowing. Again, 1 plus 6 is 7. The Divine Masculine cannot stop what's flowing. Okay. Let's just get a little star information. 8 of Wands, repeating. So we have a sync across a deck, and this is a full energy, the shield. You know, in the medicine woman deck, the shield is actually representing... No, it's the pierced shield is the tower. Okay, hold on a second. So I see a full moment happening because of a tower, not uncommon. Another 8. I told you I felt the karma here. Hercules, the hero. Now, if you were here yesterday, you know that we pulled a stone and I looked it up, and for some reason the word hero stuck out, and now we're seeing this. Okay, hold on. Focus, Grace. The hero, the shield. Oh my God. 8 of Wands. And the King of Cups and the Lion, which is the hero, the lion, the king. This is interesting. King of Cups, 8 of... This is a very much a beautiful rescue mission. But this is matters of the heart. This is not just I'm going after the princess because I want to be the king of the kingdom. This is I'm going after the princess because I'm freaking in love. This is like the divine masculine's wish upon the star, okay? What do we need to know? Wow, 4 of Pentacles, the unicorn. This is such a message in itself. Divine masculine has been holding out for a unicorn. Now, some people know, wow, and hold on, and look at this. 3 and 4, 7. But okay, focus, Grace. Some people know the unicorn as a sexual term because I believe it talks about like a couple looking for an extra person who's just like, I'm down for whatever or something like that. Like that's the unicorn. That's hard to find. Okay. But not everyone okay, has been tainted by the 21st century's views of things. Damn it. And in the past, the unicorn was just this beautiful mythical creature. And I love to see, Hercules, the hero showing up, the Leo and the lion energy. I love to see this energy of what was that called? Oh no, I just lost it. There was a movie back in the day, and it was The Last Unicorn. There it is. I'm like, duh, hello. I love to see this almost like whimsy. Like the fact that they're looking up at the stars at all for some of you is like, what? My DM? Oh my gosh. So I'm really, really excited to see what it is that they've been holding out for. Because if the message, like, I kind of feel like this is separate over here. This is them. This is pretty much a standard. Like, if you've ever gotten a DM reading from me, you'll recognize these 3 decks. This is what, when you say, I want a DM insights reading, you get. But this over here is like this added moment of confusion that we would never expect to happen. This whimsical, mythical moment for the divine masculine of suddenly looking up at the sky and saying, maybe, just maybe. What happened where all this time they didn't think what they were holding out for was even possible, and now suddenly they're looking up at the sky going, help me find my unicorn, help me go the distance? What the hell's going on here? What is this? Another king. We have seen everything but the King of Wands. Now we see the eagle. Again, these very majestic, powerful beings. I like this again because Aquila. This is, I talked about that biblical couple, Priscilla and Aquila, which is one of the few, or if not the only, male-female counterparts listed in the Bible as powerful patrons for the apostles. So that's very, very interesting to see. But the fact that we saw the 3 kings stands out to me, and it says that the divine masculine is consulting when, this is wild, when they're looking up to have these discussions, they're really consulting with themselves. So this is sorry, but it's different. This is someone who believes in something, you guys. This is someone who believes in something. I don't know about you, but it took Mr. Lightwork a while to believe in anything, you guys. So this is really interesting. They've been holding out for the part of them to say, it's okay. The King of Swords, this is about those decisions and choices we talked about over here. The King of Swords is the one who's going to say, yes, in my power, in my truth, I know what this is. To see this back here, no less, is exactly where we get that 4 of Swords vibration. I'm going to grab my sword of truth after dealing with the ones hanging over my head and confusing me. I know it's time to go forth and conquer. It's even pulling the sword out of the stone. We get that too. There is so much imagery here of this royal divine masculine. Was there some sort of activation? What the fuck is going on here? I feel like I can feel their blood pumping. Like they're so ready for something. Okay, hold on a second. What's over here? Oh my gosh, you guys are going so hard in this chat right now. Thank you so much for encouraging everyone to like the video. I think that that is pretty freaking dope. Thank you. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't see anything here. I just wanted to check the chat and see if any. I don't know. Okay. Okay. We're gonna come over here, and we're gonna go ahead and set up. Sometimes I know you wonder, Grace, what is this about? Why are we always going so long to get the energy? Because through and true, baby, I cannot sit here and play around and just start laying out cards. I get so many downloads in the middle of readings. I need to know what's really going on and what the purpose is, what we're trying to talk about. So let's get some runes here. I'm going to do what I did before and get like 2 and 2 to understand a little message. Oh my gosh. Come on. Give it to me. And give me this one. Literally both turned over on the top. I don't know. It's like if I try to turn it one direction, they turn another one. Ha! 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 Get back here. You. Dang. Okay. And... okay. So... let's get our cards. Again, the question of the day, what is the most genuine or authentic thing, kind, nicest thing your divine masculine has said to you ever in your whole time? And was it in the 3D or the 5D? Okay. Because I'm thinking that almost 2. Some of the things that your divine masculine is dealing with right now are actually related to things like you will have a hint in what they've said. The divine masculines don't just speak for no reason, unless you just have kind of a mouthy, boisterous divine masculine. But for the most part, they just kind of speak when they feel that they need to. And I always find it interesting when they shock us with something that they felt like they needed to say. And in our mind, we're like, they didn't need to say that. They didn't even have to say that, but they said it. Why did he just say that to me? So it's really like, okay. So I'm curious because I think that you're going to find some things and you're also going to trigger some others to remember some more of the conversations you've had. I know that can be one of the things in separation that can be so triggering and painful, and I'm a trigger warning here, is that the longer someone is away, sometimes the harder it can be to remember those moments, to picture their face, to remember that smell or whatever. Well, I shouldn't say smell. I guess I'll say that their fragrance, their scent. And I think it's really beautiful when we have these moments in the collective where someone can say something and trigger that, oh my gosh, I just remembered this amazing thing. And it's usually going to come followed by a huge download. So please continue to share. When I ask these types of questions, I go back and I read the chat for my own information as a researcher, but also having others be able to experience the journey together like that is the whole point of having a tribe. Okay. If you're going to be a part of the soul tribe, you got to be a part of the soul tribe. Okay. What is understand about this? Whoa. Too many. I need, whoa. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? This just came out with a stack of like 4 or 5. And when I went to flip them, this flipped out. Stack. All right. We got 3D. What's up with this? This one's a big one too. Woo! 9 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to start in 3D today. I guess that just flipped out in my head. Okay. I guess this is. Alrighty. Oh, I did see something over here. Who do we got? We got members joining. Who's this? K Hearts, welcome. I feel like I've seen you before here. No? Hello, welcome. Members, thank you for being here. Moderators, thank you for being here. Kayla, I love you too. Thank you for your donation. And I love that 555. Big change is coming. Heather, welcome to Fiery Friends. Paula, $10. Well, it's really $9.99. Thank you for the donation. All right, and thank you everyone for the likes. We are almost at 200. I'm going to start when we get to 200. There's only 4 people. Just go ahead. 4 people, 3 people like it. 2, okay, like it. 2 people. Come on. Okay, so this is something different. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go. So we're going to start right here. 5 of Wands upright in the 3D position. Now remember, this is a space where the divine masculine is starting to have this sense of remembrance, right? Like, this is who I am. The divine masculine is having this new sense of understanding of what they're here to do and how everything that's happened in their life has led to this moment. I just heard the Anastasia. You guys remember Anastasia? The movie from our childhood if you're in your 30s. Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, things I yearn to remember. Someone holds me safe and warm. There's this beautiful sense of home. And it's beyond just, it's like those of you, okay, any religious group, if you've, converted, but even those of you who have found out that you are, galactic star seeds, or it's like there's just a sense of relief and like, oh, and that's what the divine masculine feels. So to see the 5 of Wands, which is a card of legacy, now this is what's amazing. The legacy part of this card is not as much used by people. It's something that I found out. It's actually just in the Rider-Waite book. But I just don't think a lot of people really use this. Okay, I don't. So to see this is exciting because do you know what the real, usual, typical, standard 5 of Wands meaning is? Immaturity, conflict within, bothersome little details, bickering, pettiness. This is amazing. This right here says everything we just talked about. And remember, this card flipped on its own because I would usually start over there. This card flipped on its own and said, look at me, look at me. Just like a teenager. I'm just kidding. But it's like that conversation we were having about the spiritual puberty, about the growth cycle of where the divine masculine would technically be. This makes a lot of sense. Why is this the first thing? Why is it that we need to understand from the 3D perspective where the divine masculine's focus is? Oh, yeah, I saw this. This is time and bread. Okay, now that means something needs to come out of the oven to me. Like, I see a bread timer, ding, it's time. So now that that actually goes out with the message that we had earlier with the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords, being ready and willing to move forward, even though maybe the plan hasn't been laid out for you and you aren't exactly sure what you're supposed to be doing, and choosing to go forward with a plan that maybe isn't your ideal, but is still a good plan, and being flexible with it to allow things to unfold and show you the real path. This is amazing to me. The divine masculine feels like it's time, simply put, to man up. Whether man, woman, or other, your divine masculine has decided it's time to man up, to masculine up. That's a good way to put it. That makes a lot of sense since we're getting this message of divine intervention, everything pushing them in one direction to where they can't do anything but this. And it also goes to show where they're coming into this fullness of who they are, as if they're saying that, spiritually speaking, the divine masculine was like baking a loaf of bread. That was what oh my goodness. Man, I gotta get up and walk away for a second because I'm about to spaz out, and oh my goodness. Is this even real? You know what? Let me show y'all something. Now that I'm up, I know exactly what I just got up. Look at this. Oh, don't fall. No, don't fall. No, don't fall. No, don't fall. Oh, no. No, you don't fall either, Grace. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Let me show y'all something. Let me let me show y'all this. Okay, I don't know. I think it's in the back. Right? Who knows what this story is? If I put this right here. I found the wheat, I planted the wheat, I grew the wheat, I harvested the wheat, I ground the wheat, I made the dough, I baked the bread, said the little red hen. And did anyone help me? Did anyone save space for my story? So now, said the little red hen, who thinks they're going to help me eat the bread? And then the giant comes and he eats the bread. And he also eats the chicken. Because this is the Stinky Cheese Man. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm done. Who told, does it... Who's Victoria Leith? Victoria, were you the first person to say Stinky Cheese Man? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, you just won the first free 1-card reading. Okay, Victoria, send me an email. The Fiery Grace. That's my website. Look, this is my Gmail. Email me, thefierygrace@gmail.com. Okay? You have won the first, and your reading is sponsored by Kendall. Kendall has just sponsored Victoria's. You know, Victoria, that was actually supposed to be my first name when I was born. All right, back to this message. So why did Grace just go through that? Because someone was just like, is this even real? Yes, this is really what it's like. Okay. So why? Because for the past several days, what have I been saying to you guys? The divine feminine feels like the little fucking red hen. Okay. I have repeatedly said to you, the divine masculine feels like they have done everything. Everything. And us readers just keep telling them, yep, you got to keep doing everything. And you're like, how dare you? And you think that in the end, you're going to tell someone, how dare you try to eat my bread? But all you are going to end up doing is saying that to your DM, because they're going to be the only person that's there for you to vent that way to. So you have to stop seeing this as, I did all the work, no one gets to sit at my table, because that is not how an empress thinks. An empress says, there's always more room. I will set an extra plate. I will give up my seat and go stand in the kitchen door with my plate because I enjoy watching other people eat my food so much. I know that some of you are going to try to twist that into being a doormat. Fiery Grace is not a doormat, baby. So no, that's not what's happening right now. But the reality here is the divine masculine is coming out of this moment just as you have finished baking this loaf of bread. And I think that what's happened is, as you've baked the bread, your divine masculine has prepared themselves. And there's been this interesting spiritual interconnectedness. And I think that as you complained and slowed your roll and said, you know what, this bread, I'm not making this bread. I'm not making anything if other people are going to get to enjoy it. I think your divine masculine may have stalled out. Now, this is all happening in the spirit. I don't think you were actively baking spiritual bread. Okay. But this is happening in the spirit. And I think that as divine feminines, you have all reached a state, especially if you're listening to a reading from Fiery Grace or Mr. Lightwork, and you know how we are, you have reached a space in this energy of this dynamic of twin flames where you are really ready to let people eat at the table that you made. That you are, whatever the situation is, you are ready to be everything you're supposed to be as an empress. And the one thing that is added on to that I think the divine masculine collective energy is responding to is the divine feminine is no longer saving a place just for the DM. That does not mean that the divine feminine isn't going to get up if DM shows up and says, I want to sit at the table. That doesn't mean you're not going to find a way to have them sit down. But you're no longer going to be the old lady or old man who lives at the top of the mountain with all the resources, all the abundance, and all the food, who lights a candlelit dinner every night for someone who never shows up. Now you're going to be the person who has the big parties and celebrations at their house all the time. No one really knows why, but they just know it's like freaking Great Gatsby style. Like, they just know it's going to be a great time. I need you. Wow. Did I just say Great Gatsby and not even realize the whole fucking plot of Great Gatsby? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so freaking weird. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, Grace, for you snap. So, what do we need to understand all this is leading to? Because we have a divine masculine who sees their sense of royalty. They see themselves as a light worker. They see themselves as ready to come out of the oven, perfectly toasted, warm and delicious. If they stay in any longer, they're going to burn. And if they had gotten pulled out, they would have been doughy in the middle and half of it would have been a waste. It's ready. What is it that we need to know? Wow, time to make a choice. It's time. It's time to make the choice. Do we know what the choice is? Some of you do. Some of you told your divine masculine about this choice when you addressed something about them that was immature. Depending on the way you addressed it is what ultimately is going to depend on how they handled it. Okay. But I think what this says is you are going to get a second chance with that thing. So let's just pick something so we have something to go on here. Let's say, it's easiest for me to just be like Mr. Lightwork. Okay. Let's say I told Mr. Lightwork, hey, Mr. Lightwork, you're going to be a famous speaker one day. But let's say I said it to him how my dad used to say stuff. Oh, you should be a lawyer. You should be a lawyer. I hated lawyers, never wanted to be a lawyer because my dad would say it with such a nasty tone, even though I probably would have been a great lawyer. I would have been amazing. I would have defended everybody perfectly. Okay, because I'll be like, but it doesn't matter. I would never be a lawyer because my dad used to say it with such a scathing, just disdain towards lawyers and me that I was like, nah. So if I went to Mr. Lightwork and I was like, you always running your mouth, you should be a speaker. Well, Mr. Lightwork probably... he might have taken the seed and not handled it as well. But maybe later down the line, I will get a chance to say, you always really were good with your words, and them to think like in their head, like Mr. Lightwork be like, dang, all this time I remember that comment you made about me running my mouth. And I always tried to be quiet after that because I was so embarrassed. But now you said this. Now we don't know that's happening in their head, but that's where they are, because just like, those memes that it's like you're trying to sleep and your brain, right as you're about to fall asleep, remembers every embarrassing thing you've ever done, even like waving at someone or saying you too when someone says enjoy your meal and it's like your waitress and you're like, oh, I can't believe I just said that. And you remember those moments. Your DM remembers the things too. Like, I don't know why we don't see our divine masculines as human beings and we don't see ourselves as having a shared collective experience. We think it's just us. Your divine masculine, if you have gone about things that way, may be a little bit more afraid to talk to you about anything they're trying to pursue, but this is your chance to turn things around. If in the past you were actually really positive about it, they may come to you for help making this choice. And you need to be in a state where you're ready to not try to insert like a loophole in a bill, like I'm going to screw over 1 billion people by putting this one sentence or certain language in this bill that no one's going to read the line on page 800. And so when it gets passed, I just screwed all these people. No. That's not how you want to approach that conversation should it come. You want to approach it as, okay, I am now entering into a trust-building joint venture with my divine masculine. In the past, they may have come to me and I may have tried to manipulate things or tried to put a barrier up, or I was always trying to do something instead of just flowing. Today, in this moment, in this conversation, I'm going to flow. I'm just going to be what I would want someone else to be there, be for me. Just be a good friend. I'm just going to be a good partner. And I'm going to assume that if this person is really ready, I don't have to try to push the idea of reunion or anything into their decision making right now. All of this is a part of it. And I can trust that the investment I make now, as things have shifted, will finally be one that I see the return on. And not just because I want the return, but because I know that that return in this dynamic is proof that we have begun our kind of that Two of Cups pouring back and forth reciprocity cycle. So what do we need to understand about that? Three of Pentacles. This is the partnership card. This is the card of the team player. That's very interesting because I think this says your divine masculine will remember this. Your divine masculine will be able to repay you sooner than you think. But this is also 10. And we're seeing that the completion will happen when this divine masculine makes this choice that takes them here. Because you see, we're going 2 and then 3. This is what's next. And I think that what happens after they start this process of whatever it is that's going to be kind of like the foundation on their side of your partnership, this 3 of Pentacles turns into that 4 of Pentacles where they then have to address, why did I keep, or what have I really been holding out for all this time? And why am I still holding out? What is it that I think I'm going to gain if I wait longer? Like, what am I really doing here? Because it kind of seems like now that I've finally gotten onto the right path or the right decision, found the right seat on the right bus, kind of seems like this is the right thing. This is the right move. This is the right person. My person. So we see the 3D is coming to this completion, but it's not going to look like it at first. At first, you might think your divine masculine is fighting their destiny. You might think your divine masculine is making excuses and, holding out. No, your divine masculine is following a divine calling. They heard the ding. And it's like the guy who smells his way to the pie on the windowsill. This is involuntary. Okay, they cannot do anything about it. And the most important thing they're trying to gain out of this is releasing stress and fear. Because that has been what stopped them from living authentically. So what do we need to know is happening in the 5D? Okay, angel, gold. I feel like this is a divine download. This is like a download of abundance. This is a download. This is like them receiving their... because I talked about this yesterday. I talked about how the divine feminine, if there's like a bigger version of you, like if right now you're you version 32.7 and version 32.9 is about to come out, and it's like that 32.9 is a little bit bigger than you are right now in terms of your spirit, and that's why integration can feel so uncomfortable. Because it's kind of, that bigger version has to download into you and then kind of like get, but then it's like that perfect fit, pleather leggings. And you're like, yes. It took me 20 minutes to get into these, but they fit. Okay. This is exactly how I'd want them to fit. That is what's been happening to the DF. Probably not surprising to see that happening to the divine masculine. And I like to see that as the divine masculine starts to receive this sense of what's next through themselves. I think these downloads that are coming through are dropping all kinds of gems and nuggets along the way for them to kind of pick up. So what do we need to know? Since we see the choices and decisions to choose a life that is more abundant and far less stressful, we see that there's a calling on their soul to do these things. It kind of feels like this is like a major, massive awakening moment. What do we need to know? King of Cups. Whoa. They're coming for you, honey. They're coming for you. Slow and steady, but on the way nonetheless. They know that this is what needs to happen. They know that they need to cross mountains, rivers, valleys, seas. I think I said that the other day too. I sing that song, ain't no mountain high, no valley low to keep me from getting to you. This is a card of marriage and celebrations and joyful occasions shared between lovers and family. This is the card of the invitation, divine feminine. And I think that the divine masculine is getting all the urges that they need to finally invite you into their life. And this could mean invite you into their life through communication, contact, and just being a part of their day. But some of you are already there. So this could also mean inviting you into a deeper part of who they are. And let me tell you why this is such a big deal. Because right now, the divine masculine is closing out a cycle where they had a lot of lessons to learn about love. So the fact that they're coming to you before that cycle has ended and they've really had the time to process it says that even in their most vulnerable state, all they can think of is you. It's beautiful. So, what do we need to understand? Ha 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 ha! It's 11. Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune shows up, and y'all watched me shuffle the deck. Matter of fact, this was in the energy. This wasn't even the top card. This was in the energy from the very beginning. Wasn't it like the first card we saw? Is that right? No, I'm tripping. Maybe I'm wrong. Now I can't remember. My brain is like, brr, brr. So, Wheel of Fortune comes and says, the divine masculine is learning about process. I think that might be where the gold nugget downloads are kind of locking things in. It's almost like taking a course where you build. You have to start with the basics and then you build forward. And the divine masculine has been getting information about how to manifest the life that they want, how to create the abundance that they believe is possible for them. And I think the first thing that had to happen is they had to get some confidence. They had to clear their life out. They had some things that needed to occur. The timer wasn't done, the bread wasn't finished baking. But now we see someone who is actually moving forward. What I appreciate about this card is the imagery. To me, I know this is a 5D card, but because I see this and I look at the colors so similar, I kind of get the sense that this is what the divine masculine is being instructed to do in the 3D. It's like this is how they're receiving this message, but this is the big picture. This Wheel of Fortune is really the big picture of what is bringing this forth. The invitation to be a part of their life, the invitation to share in their world and their experiences and their love is coming because it's a part of what they're trying to manifest. Now, some of you may be offended when you hear the divine masculine sees you as, a thing to manifest, sees a relationship with you as, one that is beneficial to them. Some of you are coming from a space of being used by your divine masculine or others, or not wanting to be, because that is a really, really big thing. Our society has become extremely selfish, more selfish than ever before. A lot of fake giving, just a lot of, what is that? Pageantry, okay? You don't want to get caught up in that nonsense, in those lies. You don't want to get caught up in thinking that that's what your divine masculine is doing and they're a part of that. That is not the case for them anymore. They want real. They want true. They want the things you told them were possible. They want to learn how to give and receive in a way that isn't just fake. They want real, you guys. And it's interesting to see that the vision of their future has been given to them, but we're not seeing it laid out just yet. Why? Because they can't get to the next stage. Not until they've done this invitation in. Not until they've seen you in their life and integrated what that now means. This is a big deal. This is a big message because it does say that the divine masculine doesn't have the option of moving forward without their divine feminine. Divine feminine, you did have that option. And many of you are going to say, it wasn't an option, Grace. I was forced. I know. I know that you, in so many cases, were forced to just give up or fall back, detach, do all these different things. And it might feel like, I don't know, it might feel strange to consider that your divine masculine can't move forward without you when aren't they the DM? Aren't they supposed to be the protector? You know, like what the hell? Why can't they? And I don't think that it's a weakness thing. I think that this is a divinely ordained limitation. I don't know why, but it feels almost as if it was put on them to humble them because of how powerful they are. Wow. Whoa. Sorry, y'all. That just hit me kind of hard. So not only, hold on a second. So not only does the divine feminine have to start first so that the divine feminine can learn what it's like to lead spiritually by becoming the empress of their domain. Because if not, if they had gone and joined forces with their DM before that, then they may have always just deferred to DM, and DM would have probably kept them under lock and key. We kind of talked about that before. But on the other side of it, it says, now, conversely, the divine masculine cannot move forward without their divine feminine after a certain point, because doing that solidifies their humility. So separation for you solidified your strength and your power. Reunion for the divine masculine will confirm and affirm their need for you. This is. What's back here? Wow. 11, no matter how you look at it. And holy crap, this is the most humble page. And this is this. Look. This is, hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to do first. Bruh. My brain. Yes, Lanice Child, a lot to process. OMG's. Okay? Many of you know, second slowest night, most humble page. I have my stories. That's nuts. It's also nuts that this is back here behind this energy, because the Wheel of Fortune, to me, I often see this, and I see a few cards connected to this. I see the Wheel of Fortune similar to the Ace of Pentacles, just because the Ace of Pentacles is like, there's a big circle, right? And then there's the hand holding it out, and it's kind of similar imagery. And then I think about there it is, the Hanged Man, because he has that golden light behind him, and it's a bright yellow circle. And so it's just interesting to me to look at the cards that have shown up here. And it's like the divine masculine is going to be stuck no matter what they try to do. They know their mission now. But what they don't understand until a certain moment of realization about what a true king looks like, do they finally get that the only way to manifest the life that they want, that is really truly possible and could be totally given to them, is for them to have someone by their side that keeps them human. Because they are so effing strong that if they were to have been unleashed onto the world without you, they would have become a villain. That's nuts. That to me says that if there is a darkness that you have dealt with in your divine masculine, that is not an accident. That is not a coincidence. That many people, there's a spectrum of just how dark the DM can get, all the way down to people saying, I think my DM may even be a dang narcissist. I think that they are abusive. It's like, I don't know if those people are your DMs or not. I don't. If it gets that bad and it's awful, I don't know. I just know that it would make a lot of sense for someone who is so incredible, so amazing, to be under that much pressure and have that much of an attack on them. While, by the way, all along, God uses that time where they're basically like, think about stuck on the hanged man tree to power them up and strengthen them. So even the things that were meant for evil or darkness or bad or whatever you want to call it were written into your divine masculine story. This is an important thing for you to understand, because remember what I said. I told you in the beginning of this that I told Mr. Lightwork when I had barely known him. He has no formal education. He has no experience as a speaker. It wasn't as if I was saying it and it was me doing a cold read or something. You know what I mean? It was, or what was that, warm read? It wasn't like that. I could just see this in him. Well, guess what? This was before I knew about twin flames or any of that. You know what I've always wanted to be? A freaking speaker. So that was weird already that I would even say something like that to him. And then when you go and you fast forward, I used to say and still believe that many of the divine masculines in our collective, in our tribe, are actually stronger than us, wiser than, not now, but will be. And I know that might sound nuts, but remember, it is often said that the divine feminine is the weaker vessel in the 3D. In the 5D, we're the stronger, but in the 3D, we're the weaker. So if you're as amazing as you are in the 3D, then imagine how fucking amazing your divine masculine will be in the 3D, because that's their domain. So this is coming up and connecting dots from years of me doing this. Am I tripping? Am I wrong? Cause I don't know. I don't know. I can't read the chat right now. I gotta focus on this. All right. So the final thing, and these already came up. This is interesting because what we have, this is the gold nugget. This is kind of like a 3D thing, but this is the purple, and it's kind of, this is like a purple spirit, like a violet flame almost. Okay. It's not meant to be represented as something physical. It's meant to be the spiritual representation of abundance and blessings. And it's like the crown chakra. Like it's okay. And then this, we have the Star of David, which we had yesterday, which was what? The hero message. And I kind of get from where this is that this is the hero's calling. This is the Holy Spirit. What do you guys call the Holy Spirit? Because I know not everyone is, someone says the purple heart. The hero. Purple heart hero, that's real too. But yeah, what do you guys call it? The Ruach HaKodesh. What do you call the Holy Spirit where you're from? Again, not I know you're not, I not even be Christian, but what would you refer to that? Mr. Lightwork uses the phrase, for you, Spirit of Truth. We still believe it's called the Holy Spirit. But that's what he's been able to sense visits him when he's doing his readings. So I'm curious to hear what you guys would call that. But that is what I'm sensing. I am sensing like this spiritual essence that is beyond the person. Okay. So if there's the 3D, and that's like me, I'm walking in the street, and then there's the 5D, and that's like my soul. Without this soul, I can't exist in the 3D, because it's my soul and my flesh connect. I breathe life and I'm alive. That's what I believe. Okay. So again, translate that as you need to. And then there's the 5D. I call it 5D squared, right? The 5D. This is God, source, spirit, universe, the essence beyond us. I think it's interesting that in the 3D, there is this message about the about the grace focus. In the soul, spirit, in the 5D, there's a message about this 3D gold nugget, right? How to do something in the 3D. And then you have this message of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, which is the thing that, when Jesus left, came in his place. Again, if you're a Christian, you'd believe that. Like, it's the thing that, it's like when you think about someone in your life passing away and you say, oh, you know what, before grandma died, grandma could only be with one, in one room at a time, but now grandma's with all of us, right? It's like that. It's interesting to see this flowing from here, because this says the spirit of the hero. It's like the dove that landed on Jesus. It's the spirit of the essence of your divine masculine's divinity has landed. Ooh, this is amazing. Please like the video. Wow. Okay. It's the tower, but in this card, it's called life experience. And you know what? In this deck, whoa. In this deck, all the major arcana cards are purple. And I feel like look at this, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. I think the divine masculine received the first installment, maybe not ever, but definitely a long-term indwelling of whatever the Holy Spirit would be to them. Oh, right when I looked up, it was at 7404, 400 people in the chat. This is amazing. I feel this. This is so beautiful. I think that the divine masculine's revelation will be deeply personal. And yet, what was the title of this reading? Divine Feminine. Everything you ever told me, everything you said is coming true. Do you understand what that means? That means that when they get this message from whatever the Holy Spirit would be to them, from within them, something that they've struggled with for so long, that they're going to remember who told them that. Are you freaking kidding me? That's you, babe. Grace, you better finish this message. So, and again, Grace can't make this up. This is probably why God hold on a second. Oh my gosh. Do you see that? You guys, I said it and it was there. Sorry, because I'm all Grace. And that would be 11/11 for real. Y'all, this is nuts. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I was already excited about the fact that we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is 1 + 6 is 7. And the fact that I can literally tell you right now what Divine has told the Divine Masculine. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. What have you said? Is it 11/11? Oh, someone said, okay. I thought it was. What have you said to your Divine Masculine that sounded like this? What have you told them that was like, hey, don't worry, it takes time for things to grow or process or progress, whatever. When have you said to them, this is just temporary, this is not forever, this is not what your life is going to look like? When have you said to them, I know I shouldn't say to you, just don't worry about it, because you have every right to worry, but I also want you to understand that this is going to work out, you can trust it. Like because if you can remember what you said, bruh, first of all, do you see Pocahontas' grandma in this tree right now? That's another story. All right, anyways, what's back here? Did I say this in this reading? Did I say this today? Or was this in another reading? I don't know what reading this was in, but I brought this up. And I said that the Divine Masculine's going to come in, slide in at the last minute, talking about where's the bread? I'm hungry. What's for dinner? Like he hasn't been gone for all this time. Right before it's time for, man, look at this. It's time to spread your wings is the divine holy message that they're receiving. Time to move in a new direction. And what is the direction they're supposed to be moving into? Oh, I don't know. Probably this one. Now, Divine Feminine can ask you a question. What is that? You see that baby right there? You see her? She got her arm wrapped around that little girl. Was it a girl or a boy? This child. You see this child? What is that? What is that? You know what that is for me? This, you guys. You, whether you want to like it or not, believe it or not, because some of y'all, Grace, I'm old enough to be your mama or your grandma. Whatever, you my baby. You know that, right? You are my baby. If you don't believe that, I don't care. Because there's going to be a day where you need your mama and you finna call me. You're my baby. Period. I need you to understand that Divine Feminine, if you don't have something This image is not a joke. There's a reason this came up in this reading. There's a reason I said it either today or yesterday. Divine Feminine, where's your baby? This is not a where are your kids tonight kind of message. I'm asking you, where is your spiritual child? I'm asking you, what do you have? Because that is a requirement of this dynamic. The divine masculine must join you. But you have been a single mom, baby. I'm sorry. I know it's not easy, but you know what? Especially if you're American, don't worry. You've probably had plenty of training to be a single mom. Y'all, ever since I became a global entrepreneur, I have become an anti-patriot on accident. I love America, but I also am embarrassed sometimes. So anyways, all right. So final message. Now we understand what's happening with the divine masculine. Now we know where to look when it comes to what we've tried to tell them, what we've tried to share. Okay. What is it that they are looking up into the sky, trying to wish for, beg for? What are they looking into the sky and seeing form in the clouds, like, and getting these downloads and these messages of divine royal truth? Like, this is it. What do we need to know? I'm going to start here. 6 of Cups. Hydra. Hail Hydra. No, I'm just kidding. The sea serpent. Let's look up the sea serpent really quick. Hydra, sea serpent. Oh, please come back. Symbolism. The water snake brought to the god Apollo by the crow as an excuse for being late from his errand to fetch water. That makes me think about the star card. The body of a dog and many snake-like heads. Myth of the 12 labors. The myth of the 12 labors. Bruh, there's something about the star and how the star, she's got both of the whatever water containers that she's carrying, and she's doing everything herself. She's naked and vulnerable. Seeing the 6 of Cups combined with that imagery to me says this is what the divine masculine sees in their mind. I know that some of you might be offended by this, that your divine masculine may look at you like this right now, like with pity. And again, they don't really know empathy sometimes, so don't judge them and think that they're pitying you. That's just the only way that they can see sympathy. There is this feeling that they have done something to hurt you, to harm you, to put you into a position of doing everything on your own. And there is a deep pain within them of, why the fuck did I do this? Like, what would ever make me think this was okay? I remember how I felt about this person. What changed in me? What made me harden towards them? What do we need to know? Wow. 2 of Pentacles, my choices. Ooh, I got crazy chills. Do you see this? Can you even see it? Oh, they're all over my whole body. Okay, I have to look this up, but you know what? When I clicked this, it was like my whole body went shoo, and I got the chills all over. Their choices and the commitment to those choices. Now, that's a big difference than what we want. Oh, and this is 8. Okay, this is a big difference in what we might have expected or anticipated to hear, because what this says is divine masculine really wasn't doing a lot of these things or making these choices because of you. They were doing things to you, and things in their life were affecting you because of the choices that they made to go this way, and they were clinging to those choices. And it didn't matter how bad. Okay. This is a great example. A few years ago, when Mr. Lightwork and I were doing Uber and Lyft and stuff together, I was like, oh, I'm going to take this order. It was late at night. I think I was in Orlando or something. I was like, I'm going to take this last order. It was an Uber Eats order. I'm going to go grab it. So I drove like 20 minutes across Orlando to go get to this McDonald's late at night. I get there, the lady hadn't started the order. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I drove all the way over here. You know what I mean? So why not? And then I sit in the line, and then the line forms behind me, but it's night, so she can't come out and bring me the food. So I'm just blocking this long line, and you can't get out of the line. So now I feel guilty. Like maybe I should leave but I'm like, bruh, I've been waiting now for like 30 minutes for this food. And no one can get out. Everyone's stuck. Everyone's pissed. And it's one lady working. And I'm like, nope, I gotta stay because I came all the way over here. I waited this long. And plus, I don't want to leave the lady. She's doing the job. She's in there with the Cat Williams, hustling, trying to do this. All right, I'm gonna stay. Another 30 minutes goes by, bro. The only reason I'm still there is out of principle. Principle. Only to have the people not increase the tip when I get there because I have to go drive to give it to them. And I ended up making $5 for about an hour and a half total worth of work. You might ask me to fiery grace, why? Because I was in a desperate position and I needed the fucking money. What do you mean why? I already made the choice and the decision and then I was so far in and I was so far in and then I was too far in. And at this point, it's just pride. Your divine masculine made choices, and those choices took them away from you. And it didn't matter how bad it got. It really wasn't about you. It really wasn't about hurting you. They were so wrapped up in their own shit, in their own problems, in their own issues, that they didn't realize that the monster that they were trying to fight off all this time was your separation. Separation is the monster at the end of the book, hon. The divine masculine had it wrong. They had it backwards. Oh, man. Oh, man. So what's the message here? Whoa. Okay, that's real specific. Look at that. Hand touching the snake. What is that? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Hold on. Let's just see what that says. What? You act bad. Yeah, very simple. I just wanted to see if there was anything special about that phrasing. But it just says, this idiom means that someone is providing you with necessities. You shouldn't disrespect them, be ungrateful, or criticize their behavior. The phrase means that you act badly toward a person who is helping you or who has helped you. So interesting. This is like freaking nuts how much this is connected. So they're looking into the sky. They're picturing you. They know what they did. They absolutely know that their choices took them away from you. Oh, I was supposed to look up the sextant. The sextant constellation. Is it sextant? Am I saying sextant? But it's actually sextant. Hold on. Sextant constellation. Is that right? No, it is sextant. Okay. Oh, but it's okay. So that's where I thought, I know that the sextant isn't that a nautical thing though? Or is that just for, hold on. The triangulum, that's making me think about the lovers. It's making me think about the lovers, you guys. So that must mean the devil, and now 1 and 5, I already can kind of see, hold on, I'm so sorry, because I need to hurry up, I need to go, but hold on, what is a sextant? Isn't that some sort of instrument? Yes. It's used for measuring the angular distances between objects, especially for taking altitudes in navigation. So the divine masculine, you were supposed to be like a compass or a navigation to them. And as you look to divine, to the spirit, they could have gotten this message a long effing time ago. Oh my gosh, this is like the most deepest download I think we've gotten in years. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, but hold on. Let's go back to the sextant constellation. Mythology. Oh, it's not associated with any myths. Ooh, it was just, listen, The sextant was destroyed in a fire at his observatory in 1679. Why am I saying that? Because remember, I talked to you guys about the tower being like the Frankenstein moment where they harness the power. And so it's almost as if the divine masculine ignored the direction that you provided. You said something a long time ago. Now it's all coming true. So what was really happening is they were never supposed to get the information before and actually use it. But the only way that they would trust the direction that they were given now is if you gave them that information before, because the truth is you were, how do I say this? What were you then? You were the thing they were seeking all along. They thought you were the instrument, but you were actually the Holy Grail. Does that make any sense? It was like Grace, they had to see what was right in front of them be taken from them so that they never made that mistake again. Okay, what's the message? They don't want to bite the hand that feeds them anymore. What do we need to understand? The little fox, Vulpecula. Hold on. And the Joker, this is, again, we saw the other Joker. And that was the Fool, I said, but it kind of felt like the Tower. Hold on. The little fox constellation. Constellation mythology. Since that seems to be... Okay. It represented a fox carrying a goose to the dog that guarded the entrance to the underworld. There used to be a goose with it. Hold on, let's look up fox symbolism. Fox symbolism. Cleverness, independence, playfulness, beauty, protection, and good luck. Cleverness. The devil. This is about them learning how to use who they are for good. This is about, okay, they misunderstood everything this whole time. They needed to learn who they were and embrace their bad. And that's what they've been doing. They have been doing unawakened shadow work. Now, the shift has occurred where they're oh my gosh. It's like when me and Mr. Lightwork used to joke around and say we're cons for Jesus now. I don't remember where it came from. I think we watched The Brothers Bloom or something like that. We watched something. And then shortly after he became Christian, and then he said this joke like, oh, I thought we were gonna go con the lady with the Lamborghini, and then he's like, oh, it's okay because we're cons for Jesus now. And it was like using the Brothers Bloom con stories to get people to do good. But I know that sounds silly, but it's almost like before they met you, all they saw themselves as was that con. You know what I mean? Like they never saw themselves as ever being good, going straight, if you will, being on the good side of things. And they always thought that being with you meant changing everything about who they were. Now we see something a little bit different where they realize they don't have to change everything. They just have to tweak it. They don't have to give up on all their dreams, but they may need to be flexible about what is exactly being achieved and why they want to go that direction in the first place. There's just a lot of things that are happening for them right now that are showing them that they've been delusional this entire time. They've been trying to force things that would never work. They've been pursuing things that were not meant to be theirs, or at least not in that moment. They were trying to force. And frankly, divine feminine, as their mirror, you have also been trying to force. Now, some of you may have just naturally gotten swept up in the reunion thing, and that's might have been what you were doing, but you got to realize there may be other things in your life that you were rushing right alongside union and didn't even notice it. So take a little bit of time, because the divine masculine seems to be looking to the heavens asking for help. And I think what's really beautiful is all the heroes that we know, if you even just watch like Marvel movies nowadays, but even old stories about heroes, they're quick on their feet, okay? Those knights that had to go out and save the day with all this heavy armor, and right, they had to be smart. They had to know what was going on. They had to be really cunning, and they had to know how to use certain things against and for, whether it meant, okay, I understand I'm wearing this heavy ass armor, so I'm going to use it for my advantage and hit people with it. Or whether that meant, okay, I can't move very fast right here in this moment, so I'm not going to try that. Instead, I'm going to do something that no one would expect. So I don't have to worry about how to figure out how to go fast. Instead, I'm going to try something different. The divine masculine is looking for how to do things right in this moment. They want to be able to outfox the people in their life that they feel stuck with, the people that they feel they have to handle still. They want to figure out a way to find your heart again. They don't really know exactly where that is, though. And I think that might be where they're saying, okay, I really need to be careful about turning the energy of protecting myself and all that stuff against my divine feminine. That's the one person in my life where they need to be in on everything. They need to know all of the stuff that's going on. I cannot continue to do this on my own. And the first place that I need to start is sharing and communicating and being more open and honest with the one person who, throughout the history that I've known them, has always had my effing back. The divine masculine is searching for something that goes beyond the limitations of their past, but they're also aware of the limitations that are on them because of the choices that they've made. And they're working to rectify that while still moving forward. This is the first time I think I've ever seen the divine masculines multitasking. This is the first time I think I've ever seen the divine masculines feeling empowered enough to get the messages the first time. Because so many times they will get a download, they will get a message, we will see them receive it, we will see them start to change, and then they will backslide or they will just ignore it completely because their fears kick in and everything in them says, this is not possible, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. You do not have to be a freaking genius. You do not have to be the most highly skilled at something. If you're clever, you can work around it. And I think that this new beginning is the divine masculine making the decision to do everything they can to open their life up for their divine feminine, to open their light work career, their divinity up the best that they can, and to do all of that with confidence and strength. Because unfortunately, that has not really been their stilo. This is incredible. You guys, we have 450 people watching this message. Do you know why? Because this is a massive download. This message should resonate for damn near every person that watches it. Your divine masculine got the message. They heard the buzzer go off. The divine ding, ding, ding. The bell was rung. They are ready. They understand that the choices that they're making right now are ultimately going to center around you coming into their life. They are stalled out. You have to understand that. They are stalled out until you come. There's a little bit that they can do, that they can fiddle around with, and they can fix and they can solve, but there is something stopping their momentum forward until they allow you into their space, until they really invite you into their world. But you don't have to worry, because the breadcrumbs, the divine breadcrumbs that only a King of Pentacles would follow, gold nuggets, have been left on the ground by you, God, Source, Spirit, Universe, by their 5D self. And the beautiful thing is, these are things that you planted seeds long, long, long time ago. And if you didn't plant them, divine planted those seeds so long ago that you saw them. You're like, I recognize. I think I know. So all you have to do right now, Divine Feminine, is be okay with the fact that, yes, honey, where is it? Oh, she's on the back. Okay. You are going to be Chicken Little. Look how old this book is. My mom used to read this to me when I was a kid. Like, seriously, you guys. This is for real. I thought my name was going to be in it. I'm sorry, but you do. You have to get over the fact that you are doing everything. But again, if you look at it as getting over the fact that you have to do everything, then that's still not even the approach. The real approach is you have to acknowledge and accept and embrace who you are as an empress. And I think that where the divine feminine started at 0 and made it all the way to 99 and then sat in that 1% for a long ass freaking time, the divine masculine made it 1% and sat there. And now they're about to pick up 99% in a very, very quick download here. You know what your 1% that's been holding you back? You know what their 99% was that was holding them back? Both of you, it was the same thing. I'm an empress. I'm an emperor. Period. Divine feminine, you were willing to accept everything except for the fact that you were going to have to do this alone. Okay, like how dare you? Okay, listen, I'll do it all, but you're telling me I can't even have somebody with me? Are you effing kidding me? Once you were able to deal with that and realize that, that's why so many of you, the moment you started to accept the reality of your reunion situation and your dynamic, your life started to change. That, honey, that it was you were the one who had that barrier up. The divine masculine recognizing they're an emperor could not happen until that 1%, that little activation had, if that seed did not take root and grow, that seed of humility, everything else they were doing here wouldn't have effing mattered because they would have been a jerk about it. So, divine feminine, trust and believe that your divine masculine is getting the message. Divine feminine, you see 7, 1 plus 6 is 7, and then you see it again, 7 here, you see 11. I think this energy is speaking to us and telling us to be prepared, that it's not going to be even at our convenience or at a time that is preferred for us, but it will happen. Reunion will occur in the perfect divine timing and perfect divine order, and it is going to start with an invitation from your counterpart. If you're willing to accept it, I want you to leave a cup in the comments, okay? Actually, you know what I want you to leave? I want you to leave a trophy cup. Do they have that? Like a cup of victory? Leave the Stanley Cup in the Oh man. Okay, hold on. I want to read something really quick. Actually, I think I need to read 2 things. We're going to read the Awakening card because it came up and I feel like this is right. And yeah, it's on page 40. It's time to review your plans according to this card and look at things from a new perspective. Ask yourself, is it possible that a different approach would work better? Although it may feel like events have come to a standstill, this is temporary. So make use of the extra time you've been given to rethink your strategies. You may need to step outside the norm and the mainstream right now and embrace your unique or eclectic beliefs or attitudes. It's also a good moment to be generous with your time, attention, and gifts. This tithing is returned by the universe manyfold to you. Additional meanings are epiphanies, selflessness, unexpected life changes, the need for patience, the power that lies in being oneself, and unusual solutions. Dude, how nuts. Now let's read the star. Go ahead, wish upon a star. The angels say you have every reason to feel hope and happy expectation. I think this is where the divine masculine is right now, feeling hope and happy expectation. They believe in their dreams. They're looking to their future with optimism, excitement, and confidence. Yes, they believe challenging times are now behind them and brighter times are ahead. They really believe that now. Something has happened to make them say, this is it. They're making plans with the long view in mind. They're envisioning the life they want it to be, and they're taking action in that direction. They're putting expectations on themselves, and these are planted in fertile soil. So they're trusting, they're following their intuition, and they are right on target. Their faith, their sense of purpose is leading to a prosperous new beginning because they have been on the right path all along. Honey. Yes, divine feminine. Yes, divine masculine. Matter of fact, if you made it this far, you should probably leave a, I'm proud of you, divine masculine. Go DM go. Because seriously, they are doing it. Oh, this is amazing. All right, we've got more readings to give away. Okay, so hopefully Victoria won the reading from Kindle. So thank you, Kindle, for sponsoring this one card reading for Victoria. And now we have a reading from Patricia, a reading from Ashante, and a reading from Wendy to give away. Let's do this. This one will be easy. Who knows the title of my book? If you know the title of my book, type it. Whoever says it first, you're going to win this reading. Do do do, la di ta ta, do 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 da. No, that's not. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer won. Oh, yeah. Jennifer won the reading from Wendy. One card. Make sure you email me. Yeah. You know what I think is funny? Do you all think I'm actually singing when I sing these annoying voices? Do you guys think that's like my actual voice? And what singer just randomly starts singing without warming up or anything? You know what I mean? Anyways, come on, guys. I know it doesn't sound good. That's literally done on purpose. I'm being annoying. I am a big sister. What don't you understand about this? Okay, back to this. This is my book. If you are interested in not winning, if you would like a reading from me and a reading from Mr. Lightwork, we are having for the last day, meaning for one more hour or so. If you purchase this book on Amazon, or I guess anywhere is fine, but if you purchase this book, you can get a free reading from me and a free reading from Mr. Lightwork, okay? It is a one-card reading. It's not like an extensive thing or anything like that. But if you have purchased this book between the 24th and the 30th of November, email me by December 1st and let me know that, and you will receive a free reading, personal reading from me and a free personal reading from Mr. Lightwork, okay? So it'll be a one-card reading. If you purchase the book between the 24th and the 30th, you must email a copy of your receipt with the date. If the date is not included, I'm going to email you back and say you must include a copy of your invoice or somewhere where I can see that you purchased it in that time frame. If you review the book if you review the book by the 30th, meaning by tonight, okay, then you can win a free exclusive Insights reading, and all you have to do is email me and say, hey, I did that. All right, next, we're going to give a reading away from Patricia. Let's see who we're gonna give this reading away to. Okay. Who remembers the phrase I just saw or just said a few minutes, like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago? I said a phrase, I looked it up. What is that phrase? What is the phrase I said? Oh my gosh, there's 400 people in the room. Before you leave, like the video. I'm giving away free readings. I gave a whole free reading to the what is this? The Three of Cups. A wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Oh my gosh, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Okay, I'm coming back. Who said this? Yes, Steffo. Andromeda, what do you want to extend to tomorrow? I'll think about it. Tell me what you want to extend. Steffo, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. Yes, that is correct, Mundo. Correct. All right, Andromeda, that's fine. I'll extend it one more day. I don't know what you're asking for, but I guess for tomorrow. Yes. If you contact me and say that you asked for the extension, then I'll do it. Okay, fine. Okay. We've got Grace. That's not what we're doing here, okay? And there can only be one Grace here, so you must leave. You must leave if your name is Grace, because there can only be one. Okay, I'm sorry. Stephanie, I was already going to give you a one-card reading because you bought me a present. And so now I'm going to upgrade you to a prophetic insights reading instead. Unless well, that's not nice. Stephanie, would you like a prophetic insights reading or would you like to have 2 1-card readings? That's your choice. You let me know. All right. So one more to give away. No, yes, one more to give away. This one is for Stepho. Okay, now we have one more to give away to Ashante. And before I do that, I have to do an advertisement. So, where's my stuff? Oh, here it is. No, I don't know what Andromeda asked me to extend yet. But no, please don't email me like a month after a sale is up and be like, can I get this sale? Cause I won't be able to do that every time because there's way too many things going on. That can be complicated and a little bit unfair, but I don't mind extending something one day. Okay. One day is fine. All right. So welcome. Hi, welcome to this channel. Yes, this is what we do around here, okay? This is what we do. We like videos, we comment on readings, and if you comment a comment signature on this reading when this reading is over, tomorrow I'm going to be drawing a free reading. And it's not a 1-card, it is a 30-minute personal, a 30-minute DM, or a love letter that you can win just for leaving a comment signature in the comment section after the video. So that's what we do around here, okay? We have an economy of giving. Sometimes people from the collective buy other people they don't even know copies of my book. Sometimes they buy them copies of readings. Sometimes me and Mr. Lightwork like to give stuff away because we love you. That's what it is around here. But it is also a place of learning, of higher education, of ascension. And sometimes we're going to laugh about things that you might be dealing with. And it's not personal. It's just that I like to laugh a lot and everything's really funny to me. But beyond that, okay, we're going to talk about stuff and it's going to be tough sometimes, but we try to keep it light. We try to keep it real, but we also try to keep it fun. If you're interested in being in a place where, whether you're super shy or super outgoing, whether you feel like you're the weirdest, craziest person in the world or really, really normal, it doesn't matter, okay? I'm mixed. I got a little bit of something for everybody, all right? I got these degrees, but I'm also a little bit, like hood sometimes, and I'm multiracial, ethnic. I'm young, but I'm also old, depending on what age you are. I was raised by my grandparents when I was young, so I'm just gonna kind of trail off, So those are the things around here that you can enjoy and appreciate, and why you will feel right at home. If you're not interested in laughing, if you don't like readers who if you have any expectation of a reader, I'm not a reader. This ain't the place for you. You probably gonna get pissed off with me and Mr. Lightwork. So if you want to hang out with twins in union and light workers and divine feminines and divine masculines who actually want to have a beautiful journey and do something for this world and make a difference, and it's not just about having a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, come hang out, subscribe, like the videos, comment on the videos, just be a part of this, okay? Because what we're here to do, it's taken 3 years to get to 30,000 people, but that's only because around here we tell you, when you're ready, stop watching tarot. Unless you're just a tarot watcher, when you're ready, we can help you with this. We can help wean you off of any obsessive tendencies. We can help you with whatever you freaking need. Just let us know, because we are not normal tarot people. This is not a normal twin flame channel. But we will bring you to a sense of normalcy, and that involves reunion this lifetime. If that is what you want to be a part of, what's up? I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted. I'm an intuitive life strategist. I have an MBA. I have a clinical in psychology. I have a degree in clinical psychology and counseling. I have a degree in life sciences, family, youth, and community sciences. Go Gators. I am everything you could possibly need and more. And I'm also a big sister. I'm also, in my head, your mom, okay? So your mom says, be good, love yourself, treat yourself better, drink some water, unclench your jaw, and come back and see us around 4 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Woohoo! All right. Oh, I was supposed to do an ad for my stuff, and I did an ad for me instead. But this is my website. thefierygrace.com. And if you go to this website right now, you will find that there is a sale going on that I'm going to probably extend till tomorrow. I will also probably extend the book purchasing thing and the review thing till tomorrow because I feel bad. So, okay. Even though I've been saying it for weeks but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. All right, so and I snort. And if you make fun of me for snorting, you're banned. No, I'm just kidding. Only if you call it snorkeling, because it's called snorting. Thank you very much. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is my email. It takes me a really long time to email back. I'm really, really sorry. It's just that I get probably between 10 is a low day. I get probably closer to 20 to 30 emails a day from clients, subscribers, viewers. It's a lot. So forgive me about the email. I do my best though. And now it's time to give away this last reading. Oh, the whole reason I was saying this is because the sale that I've been talking about that I didn't actually explain is 50% off most stuff, which is a really good deal. And if you spend, I will honor this until tomorrow as well. If you spend $100 or more on the website, then you are going to sponsor a free 1-card reading for someone. So that is just a way for people who want to help and do more and feel like they're giving to actually get to be able to receive, even though they're purchasing something from themselves, or to give even, you know what I mean? It's okay. Okay. All right. Let's give this away. Oh, I have to hurry. Okay. Who sang this song? Baby, 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 whoa, 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 baby, baby, baby. Stacy, did you already win a 1-card? Stacy, you won. Okay. Stacy won the reading, and the reading was actually from Ashante. It's not from Ashante that sang that song, but it is from someone named Ashante. So, all right, Stacy. Stacy, aren't you on my list already? Would you like to upgrade to a 1-card, or I'm sorry, would you like to upgrade to a prophetic insights reading, or would you like to stay at a 1-card reading? Let me know. You can also email me, and I will be adding you guys to the list. Again, sale ends soon. Don't forget to like the video. Buy my book to support me. Here's the review link if you're interested in... Where is it? Drafts. No, that's not it. This reading is so freaking long. Oh my goodness. If you're interested in reviewing the book, here is the link to do that. Okay? Okay, you want to upgrade. Did you tell me you wanted to upgrade? I probably should have read what I said. Okay, so Stacy's actually going to upgrade to a prophetic upgrade. There we go. All right. If you are interested in relieving me in Amazon, you said yes, you want to upgrade to? Okay, Steph. Thank you, Steph. Same thing. 1-card to prophetic upgrade. Okay. This is the link. I keep pressing it because, okay. That's the link to leave me a review. If you leave me a review, it is 100% free to do that. You do not have to do anything to leave me a review. Okay? Now, here's this. Yes, giveaways are a regular thing here, especially around the holidays. One of the things that is a giveaway every single month is if you leave your comment signature. If you guys want to leave your comment signature in the chat just to show them what your comment signature looks like, to give them ideas. But really, it's called a comment signature because it has to be left in the comments. Tomorrow, when I go look for the comment signature who's going to win, I'm going to only look in the comments of videos and posts. Okay? All right. Oh, it's 1:22:22 as I look at the freaking thing. See how amazing. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.